There are moments in life when someone crosses your path, and without even understanding why, you feel as if the universe has aligned for that very encounter. It's not an ordinary meeting. It's something deeper, something spiritual. If you've ever had a conversation with someone and thought, "This feels like fate," then you've probably experienced the presence of a chosen one. These people come into our lives, often unexpectedly, and bring with them an undeniable sense of peace. It's not like the rush of adrenaline or excitement that you might feel with someone you're just meeting for the first time. No, this is different. It's a calm, a stillness that makes everything around you slow down. Suddenly, you're not as restless. You feel anchored, grounded, as if your soul knows this person is here for a reason. And this reason isn't just coincidence. There's a purpose behind it. Their presence carries an energy that settles you without saying a word. You don't need them to explain themselves or reassure you. The moment they walk in, you feel it. Something clicks within, even if you can't fully grasp what's happening in the moment. This isn't just a random interaction. You've just encountered someone who's meant to be in your life for a purpose. Someone whose presence is a divine gift. It's a powerful experience when you meet someone, and from the very first moment, you feel like they see you. Not just the version of you that you present to the world, but the true, unfiltered you. It's almost like they're reading your soul, and yet it doesn't make you uncomfortable. Instead, it makes you feel understood. Have you ever encountered someone who doesn't need to ask a million questions to get to know you because somehow they just know? Their understanding of who you are seems to transcend what can be put into words. They don't need to ask, because there's an unspoken connection, something deep and intuitive that goes beyond the ordinary. When a chosen one enters your life, communication goes beyond the physical. It transcends the surface level. You might not even need to say much at all, yet they'll understand exactly what you mean. It's as if your souls have an unspoken language, one that doesn't require verbal articulation. It feels like a quiet conversation between two souls that have known each other for lifetimes, even if this is your first encounter. There is a recognition, a familiarity in the air, and it feels as though the universe has conspired to bring you together. There are moments when you meet someone, and the connection is immediate, effortless, as if you've always known them. You don't need to force the bond. You don't have to work at it. It just happens. And that's because a chosen one doesn't just enter your life by coincidence. When they appear, it's because there's a purpose for it, even if you can't understand the full picture at the time. You might not recognize it in the moment, but when you look back, you'll realize how perfectly timed their arrival was. It's as if they arrived exactly when you needed them most, as if God placed them there to guide you at a critical moment. The timing is always divine. Whether you're in the middle of a personal struggle, a tough decision, or even a quiet moment of doubt, they show up. And it doesn't feel random. It feels like it was meant to happen. The chosen ones come into our lives not when it's convenient for us, but when we're ready. When we need to hear certain truths. When we're ready for growth. When our hearts are calling out for change. That's when they arrive. They come to illuminate the way when things seem uncertain, and their presence is like a beacon in the darkness. You might not have been actively searching for guidance, but somehow they find you anyway, like a divine appointment. When they show up, something shifts within you. It's like a moment of divine intervention, one that doesn't just come from their presence, but from the purpose they carry. And while you might not see it immediately, as time goes on, you begin to realize just how perfectly they fit into the moment you were experiencing. Their arrival wasn't a coincidence. It was a sign that something bigger was at play, something greater than your understanding. There's something incredibly transformative about being around a chosen one. They don't just make you feel good in the moment, but they awaken a deeper part of you, one that you might have long forgotten. When they come into your life, they don't just accept you for who you are. They challenge you to become the person you were always meant to be. Their presence brings out the best in you, often without you even realizing it. You'll notice that when you're around them, you start to question your own choices, your own beliefs. You begin to wonder if you're truly living in alignment with your soul's calling. And this is the beautiful part. They don't pressure you to change or rush your growth. They don't tell you that you need to do better or be better. They do something far more profound. They hold a mirror to your potential. In their presence, you start to see the person you are meant to be, the person you've been too afraid to fully embrace. Their influence is quiet but powerful. It's not about them pointing out your flaws or telling you what to do, but about how they inspire you to recognize your own strength, your own light. It's like they shine a light on parts of you that were hidden in the shadows, gently nudging you to step into your own power. Without even trying, they elevate you, encouraging you to reach for the stars in a way that feels natural, not forced. It's as if they see the greatness in you before you do, and help you to step into it at your own pace. Being around a chosen one makes you realize that you're capable of so much more than you thought. They awaken a sense of purpose, a reminder that you have something valuable to offer the world. And this is the beauty of their impact. They make you want to grow, to stretch, and to become the best version of yourself. One of the most profound qualities of a chosen one is their authenticity. They don't try to impress. They don't seek validation. They don't put on a show. Instead, they simply are. There's an honesty in everything they do, and this is what draws you in. You don't have to guess what they mean or wonder what their true intentions are. Their actions, words, and energy align, and because of that, there's a sense of peace that comes with being around them. You might find that with them, you can let down your guard and be exactly who you are, without feeling the need to be anything other than your true self. They don't demand anything from you, but their mere presence reminds you of the importance of living authentically. They inspire you to stop hiding parts of yourself, to stop pretending to be someone you're not just to fit into the expectations of others. When you're around a chosen one, you realize how exhausting it can be to wear a mask. Their presence makes it clear that true peace only comes when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to be raw, to be authentic. You may notice that when they're around, you no longer feel the pressure to be perfect. They remind you that it's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to be real, to show up as you are, without the need for pretenses. They don't need to change anything about you. Instead, they allow you to see that the person you've always been is enough. They aren't trying to change you. They're simply giving you permission to be yourself, to embrace your true identity. And in doing so, they help you realize that the most powerful thing you can do is be completely and unapologetically you. When you are in the presence of a chosen one, something extraordinary happens. You feel seen in a way that most people can't. You don't just feel heard, you feel understood, and that's a rare gift. There's something about them that allows you to drop the facades, the masks, and just be yourself. They don't judge you or try to change you. Instead, they see beyond the surface and connect with the essence of who you truly are. And this is exactly why you feel so safe with them, why you can trust them without needing to explain yourself or justify your actions. They understand you in ways that you can't even explain. It's like they have a sixth sense about your pain, your fears, your insecurities, and they don't try to fix you. They don't come in with solutions or advice, trying to solve your problems. They come in with something much more precious: empathy. They feel what you feel, and they hold space for that without rushing to offer advice or answers. Sometimes, that's all you need. Someone who truly listens, who doesn't try to interrupt or correct, but just holds the space for you to be vulnerable. With them, you don't need to be perfect. You can be messy, broken, unsure, and they will still embrace you. And that is a gift in itself. They see you at your rawest, at your most unpolished, and they accept you fully. They offer you the gift of being truly understood, and that in itself is healing. You might not even realize it at the time, but their ability to listen without judgment, to see you without needing to fix you, is one of the most healing experiences you can have. It's like they create a safe container for your heart to open, for your soul to breathe. And because of this, you begin to open up more, share more, and trust more, not just with them, but with yourself. You begin to believe that maybe you are worthy of love, of acceptance, just as you are. And that's the true power of a chosen one. They don't just listen to you with their ears, they listen to you with their hearts, and in doing so, they heal you in ways words alone never could. When a chosen one enters your life, one of the most incredible things they do is offer you a kind of clarity that feels almost divine. It's like they have an innate ability to understand exactly what you need, even before you realize it yourself. It's not that they have all the answers, or that they come with some kind of magical solution to all your problems. It's something deeper. They understand you in ways that others can't. They sense what you're struggling with on a level that goes beyond words, beyond your outward actions. And when you think about it, you realize that you haven't had to say a single thing for them to know what's weighing on your heart. They can tell when you're battling with emotions you can't quite express, when you're stuck in a place where you don't know how to move forward. And yet they don't rush in with advice or answers. Instead, they simply show up. Their presence is enough. It's as though they've been sent to help you find your own way, to remind you that you're not alone in the struggles you face, and that everything you need to heal and move forward is already inside you. The way they show up in your life, it's like they're intuitively tuned in to the deepest parts of your soul, to the struggles and fears that you may have even buried deep inside. It's as if they've been able to see the parts of you that you hide from others, or perhaps even from yourself. And it's not just their understanding that's remarkable. It's how they gently guide you toward the answers that were already within you. They don't tell you what to do, or give you a step-by-step solution. No, their gift is the ability to help you recognize your own wisdom, your own inner strength. The conversations you have with them aren't like the usual exchanges you have with people. There's a depth to their questions, a depth to their listening. They ask the kinds of questions that make you think, the ones that go beyond the surface level of your daily life. The questions they ask often feel like they've been crafted with a deep purpose, designed not to get a quick answer, but to make you pause, reflect, and look inward. It's as though they have a way of unlocking your own potential just by making you see the things you've been ignoring. The most powerful thing about their ability to understand you is that they don't need you to explain everything. They don't push you to talk about what you're feeling or try to fix your problems. They simply accept you. They understand that sometimes the most healing thing is to just be present, to sit in the silence, and to allow you to process things at your own pace. And yet, even in the silence, they offer you something valuable, space to grow, to heal, to reflect. They don't rush the process, because they know that true healing isn't something that happens overnight. It's a gradual unfolding. When they ask questions, it's not out of a desire to know your business or to pry into your personal life. It's because they're genuinely interested in your journey, and they want to help you discover the truth of what's really going on inside. They listen in a way that makes you feel safe enough to speak your truth, even if you've never shared it with anyone before. It's as though they have this extraordinary ability to hear not just the words you're saying, but the things you're leaving unsaid, the emotions, the fears, the hopes that are buried beneath the surface. But it's not just their questions or their ability to listen that sets them apart. It's their capacity for deep empathy. They don't just hear your struggles, they feel them. There's no need for you to explain the pain, because they already understand. They don't judge you for the things you've been through or the mistakes you've made. Instead, they hold space for your healing process, giving you the freedom to open up without fear of criticism or judgment. It's as if they can meet you exactly where you are, without trying to change you, but instead offering the kind of unconditional acceptance that allows you to heal. They don't expect you to be perfect. They know that you're still a work in progress, just like everyone else. But through their presence, you feel that you are enough, just as you are. They help you rediscover the parts of yourself that have been hidden, the parts that you might have forgotten or lost along the way. And perhaps one of the most incredible aspects of their presence is that they don't need to do anything grandiose to help you. They don't need to make a big show of their understanding, nor do they need to offer elaborate solutions. Sometimes, they don't even need to say much at all. Their mere presence is enough to help you begin to see yourself more clearly. It's like they bring an energy with them that gives you permission to be vulnerable, to let down your guard, and to face the things you've been avoiding. There's a quiet strength in them, a subtle power that helps you recognize your own strength. And when you begin to understand that you're not alone, that there's someone who sees you, hears you, and truly understands you, something begins to shift inside of you. You start to believe, just a little more, in your own ability to overcome, to heal, and to move forward. And even when they don't stay, even when their time in your life is brief, the effect they have on you lingers. The questions they've asked, the spaces they've held for you, the understanding they've offered, it all stays with you. It doesn't just disappear once they leave. The impact is deep, like an echo that continues to resonate long after the encounter has ended. You find that you begin to approach life differently, that their presence has shifted something inside of you. You might not even be able to fully articulate the changes, but you know they've happened. You feel more grounded, more centered, more in tune with your true self. And in that way, the Chosen One continues to guide you, even after they've gone, simply by showing you how to listen to yourself, how to trust your own intuition, and how to move through the world with a little more faith, a little more courage, and a whole lot more self-love. Their ability to understand you is a gift, and it stays with you long after they leave. When a Chosen One speaks, it's different from the ordinary conversation you might have with most people. Their words carry weight, sometimes more than they realize. It's not about the volume or intensity of their speech. It's the depth behind their words, the quiet power they hold. These individuals don't fill the air with trivial talk or try to impress you with flashy stories. Instead, their words reach deep into your soul, resonating in a way that stays with you long after the conversation ends. Every sentence they say feels intentional, and it's as if each word was carefully chosen to pierce through the noise of your life and speak directly to the places within you that need healing. There's a purity to how they communicate, no hidden agendas, no manipulation, just truth. And this truth, however simple it might seem on the surface, carries a profound impact. It's as though when a Chosen One speaks, their words aren't just coming from their mouth. They are coming from a place that goes deeper, a place that connects with something beyond the physical realm. You can feel that they're speaking not just from their own experience, but from a place of spiritual wisdom, from a truth that comes from a higher source. It's this depth that makes their words so impactful. It's not about the surface-level conversation that most people engage in, where everything is light and surface, easily digestible, but without any lasting effect. When you speak to a Chosen One, you don't just exchange pleasantries. You engage in a deeper, more meaningful connection. The words they speak often serve as an awakening, shaking you from a state of complacency and encouraging you to think beyond your immediate circumstances, to consider a new perspective, or to revisit old beliefs you may have once held. One of the most striking things about their words is that they don't try to impress you. They don't need to. They aren't speaking to gain approval or praise. They speak with an authenticity that demands nothing in return. And this is where their power lies. Their authenticity is a beacon that calls you to let go of pretenses and start living in truth as well. When they speak, They don't just talk about the obvious things, the weather, the news, or the everyday concerns. Instead, their conversation often cuts straight to the heart of what really matters. They might say something that seems simple, yet it lingers in your mind long after the conversation ends. It's as if their words have the ability to open doors within your soul that were once closed off. They speak with such clarity that even if the words seem small or seemingly inconsequential in the moment, they have a lasting effect. It's like a seed being planted in your heart, one that takes root over time, growing and expanding as you reflect on it. Sometimes their words have the power to expose things you've buried deep inside yourself. You may have spent years avoiding certain thoughts or emotions, building walls around them, hoping they would stay hidden. But when a chosen one speaks, their words seem to effortlessly bring those hidden parts of yourself into the light. It's not that they're forcing you to confront them, but there's something about the way they communicate that makes you want to face your own truth. And in doing so, they help you heal. They help you reconcile with the parts of yourself you've been avoiding. There's no judgment in their words, only understanding, compassion, and an invitation to grow. And because they speak from a place of authenticity, their words allow you to speak your own truth as well, to open up and be vulnerable in ways you never thought possible. What's even more incredible is that the chosen one doesn't always need to say much to create this impact. Sometimes they don't speak at all, and yet their silence still carries a message. But when they do speak, every word feels like a divine message, perfectly timed to reach you at exactly the moment you need it. You may not realize it in the moment, but their words serve as a mirror, reflecting back to you the parts of yourself you've forgotten, the dreams you've tucked away, the things you need to hear in order to shift your perspective and move forward in life. It's not just about the meaning of what they say, but about how their words resonate with your inner self, how they make you feel as if your spirit has been awakened. The chosen one often speaks in a way that cuts through the clutter of your daily thoughts, challenging you to look beyond the superficial and to connect with the deeper truth of your existence. They aren't afraid to speak the hard truths, to say the things others may be too afraid to say, but they do it with such gentleness and grace that it doesn't feel like an attack. It feels like a revelation, a truth that you've always known, but were too afraid to confront. And when this happens, something inside of you begins to shift. Their words create space within you, space to grow, to evolve, to let go of the old patterns that no longer serve you. They don't need to be loud or forceful. Their truth is powerful enough to stand on its own. Over time, as you reflect on the words of a chosen one, you begin to realize that their impact wasn't just about the immediate conversation. It's about how their words continue to echo in your mind, stirring something within you long after the conversation has ended. You'll find yourself thinking about what they said, turning it over in your mind, connecting the dots between their words and your own life. The messages they leave you with are timeless. They speak directly to the parts of you that need healing, growth, and clarity, and this creates a ripple effect in your life. It's not about a quick fix or a temporary change. It's about a profound shift that happens within your soul. Their words inspire you to live more authentically, to face the truth of your own journey, and to move forward with a sense of purpose and clarity. And while you might think that their words are just ordinary pieces of advice, the truth is that they carry a divine energy that has the power to transform. They speak to the deepest parts of you, reaching beyond the surface to touch the parts of your soul that need healing and growth. Even if they don't know the full extent of the impact they're having on you, their words are doing something deep within, shifting you in ways that you may not even fully understand yet. Over time, these conversations with a chosen one become more than just memories. They become stepping stones on your spiritual journey, moments that forever change the way you see yourself and the world around you. They remind you of the truth of who you are and what you are capable of. And that reminder is enough to set your soul on fire and ignite the path toward your true purpose. When a chosen one enters your life, something within you begins to stir. It's as if you've been asleep for years, going through the motions, and suddenly, their presence awakens something deep inside you. They don't just show up to occupy space, they show up to ignite a spark within you, to awaken your purpose in a way that you might have forgotten or lost along the way. It's as if their very existence in your life serves as a reminder that you are here for something greater, that your journey is far from over. You may not realize it in the moment, but when they speak to you, when they share their wisdom, or simply offer a piece of advice, it resonates with a part of you that has been dormant for so long. Their words plant seeds of inspiration that slowly begin to grow, filling you with a renewed sense of energy, motivation, and clarity. These encounters, though often brief, hold the power to shift your entire trajectory. You may have been lost, wandering aimlessly, unsure of your next step. But then, a chosen one crosses your path, and suddenly, the fog clears. The questions that had been swirling in your mind begin to find answers, and the direction you once couldn't see becomes crystal clear. It's not that they hand you all the answers on a silver platter. Instead, they help you see that you already possess the answers within you. They awaken something that you've long ignored or neglected, the part of you that knows exactly where you're meant to go, who you're meant to be. They challenge you to step into that truth, to embrace the potential within you that has always been there, waiting to be unleashed. Sometimes their presence in your life feels like a wake-up call. They show you what you've been blind to, pointing out the dreams, the passions, the desires you've tucked away because you didn't believe you were worthy or capable of achieving them. And in that moment, you realize that everything you've ever wanted or dreamed of is not only possible, but within reach. The chosen one doesn't just encourage you, they give you the strength to believe in yourself again, to trust in your own power. They remind you that your dreams matter, that your life has purpose, and that the journey you've been longing for is one you're destined to walk. What's even more powerful about their influence is that it doesn't end when they leave. Sometimes, a chosen one may not stay in your life for long. They come, offer their wisdom or encouragement, and then they move on. But their impact doesn't fade. It stays with you, quietly shaping your thoughts, your decisions, and your actions. You'll find yourself reflecting on their words weeks, months, or even years later. You'll recall the way they made you feel, the way they helped you see yourself in a different light, and it will continue to fuel your journey forward. The changes they inspired in you don't happen immediately, but slowly, as you continue to evolve and grow. You might not always notice it, but over time you'll find that you're making decisions with more confidence, with more trust in yourself, and with a clearer sense of purpose. The chosen one has a way of planting a seed in your heart that continues to grow and blossom long after they've moved on. Their influence lives on in the choices you make, the path you walk, and the person you become. This lasting impact is one of the clearest signs that a chosen one has crossed your path. They don't just leave you with a fleeting feeling of comfort or inspiration. They leave you with a transformation that continues to unfold, often in ways you don't even fully understand yet. The shift they cause inside you is subtle but profound. You begin to see the world differently, and more importantly, you begin to see yourself differently. You realize that you are worthy of everything you've ever dreamed of, that you have the strength to overcome any obstacle, and that you're not alone in this journey. The chosen one has reminded you of your own light, your own potential, and they've helped you step into it with a sense of confidence and purpose that you may have never known you had. As you reflect on their impact, you begin to see the divine nature of their presence in your life. It's no accident that they crossed your path at just the right moment. They were sent to you not just to offer advice or wisdom, but to remind you of who you truly are, to help you reconnect with your purpose, and to guide you toward the life you were always meant to live. Their influence is not just about the here and now. It's about the lasting change they bring to your soul. They help you realign with your higher self, your truest desires, and your deepest truths. And that's the beauty of encountering a chosen one. They come into your life, often unexpectedly, and leave an indelible mark on your heart that continues to shape your journey long after they're gone. Even if their time in your life is brief, you begin to understand that their role wasn't to stay forever. They came with a specific purpose, to awaken something within you, to help you see the world through new eyes, and to inspire you to live your life with greater authenticity and purpose. The mark they leave on your soul is not one that fades. It's something that remains with you, guiding you when you feel lost, encouraging you when you feel uncertain, and reminding you of the potential that lies within you. The chosen one may not always stay by your side, but their presence will always be felt, even in the quietest moments of your journey. Their impact lives on in the way you walk through the world, the choices you make, and the person you become. And when you look back on the path you've traveled, you'll realize that meeting them was one of the most significant moments of your life, because it was the moment when you were reminded of your own divine potential. And that, in itself, is a gift that lasts a lifetime. What's even more powerful is that their influence doesn't always come in the form of dramatic change or big moments. Sometimes, it's in the quiet, subtle ways they help you align with your true self. They help you to rediscover the parts of you that were hidden beneath the surface, to reconnect with the passions and dreams that once defined you. And as you step into that newfound sense of purpose, you begin to see that their role wasn't just to offer advice or solutions, but to remind you of your own inner wisdom and power. It's a reminder that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to, and that the path you are on is the one you are meant to walk. The chosen one doesn't just guide you. They help you remember the path you've always known deep down inside. And as you continue to walk it, you'll feel their presence beside you, even if they're no longer physically there. The impact of a chosen one is eternal because it awakens something within you that is timeless and divine. It reminds you of who you truly are and the greatness you were always meant to embody.